Good morning, ma'am. In yesterday's class, we have seen what about the structure of glucose, how we are going to obtain the structure of glucose. Now we will continue that one. We have completed two steps. Even third step also we have seen yesterday. Now that third step again, glucose reacts with hydroxylamine to form oxime. Glucose reacts with HCl to form cyanohydrin. Okay. Now C double bond O reacts with NH2OH. This double bond O and H2, it will be removed as water. O and H2, it is removed as water. We will get double bond N. See, C double bond NOH. Next, glucose, C double bond O, HCN. H plus Cn minus. This double bond is there, na? This double pi bond is going to be cleaved. We will get O minus C plus. Then O minus will attack H plus to form OH. This Cn minus will attack this C plus to be formed as CCN, which is called cyanohydrin. These are the two characteristic reactions of C double bond O. But we cannot say whether it is aldehyde or ketone. Is it clear? Now this is about step 3. Now we will continue this one by using step 4. What is the conclusion we are going to get? Now step 2, what is the conclusion? We got straight chain. Step 3, what is the conclusion we got? We have glucose has C double bond O group. Okay. Next step 4, we are going to confirm that carbonyl group as aldehyde or ketone. Okay, ma'am? Let us see. Step 4, glucose reacts with mild oxidizing agent. That is Br2 plus H2O. Glucose reacts with mild oxidizing agent, that is Br2 plus H2O. We will get gluconic acid. We will get gluconic acid. Okay. Now, what is the conclusion and how we are going to conclude this one? Let us see. Glucose has how many carbon atoms? 6 carbon atoms. Even gluconic acid also contains 6 carbon atoms. Now, before going to this one, our doubt is, actually by using step 3, we can say that C double bond O group is present. C double bond O group is present, okay. That C double bond O is aldehyde or ketone, that is our doubt. Correct? Aldehyde or ketone. Okay, now, if aldehyde is there, it undergoes oxidation. To form acid. Aldehyde undergoes oxidation to form acid with same number of carbon atoms. If ketone is there, ketone will undergo oxidation to form carboxylic acid only, but with less number of carbon atoms. Splitting will be happened. We have seen even Popov's rule also. Okay, in aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids we have seen ketones will undergo oxidation to form carboxylic acids, not with same number of carbon atoms, definitely with less number of carbon atoms. Definitely. Now, what is the conclusion? Glucose with 6 number of carbon atoms undergoes oxidation to form gluconic acid with how many carbon atoms? 6 carbon atoms. So, glucose 6 carbon atoms, gluconic acid also 6 carbon atoms. How it is possible? If that C double bond O is aldehyde, then only it is possible. Because when aldehydes undergo oxidation, they will form carboxylic acids. This gluconic acid is nothing but carboxylic acid, okay, with same number of carbon atoms. So by using this, we can understand that C double bond O is aldehyde, not ketone. How can I conclude this one? By using this step. What is that one? Glucose contains C double bond O. That C double bond O might be aldehyde or ketone. That is our doubt. Okay. Now it undergoes oxidation to form acid. Gluconic acid is carboxylic acid only. That gluconic acid is the acid with 6 carbon atoms. Even glucose is the substance with 6 carbon atoms. There is no change in carbon number. Then it is possible with only aldehyde group. Okay, so what is that C double bond O group present in aldehyde? In glucose, na? That is aldehyde. Aldehyde group is nothing but C double bond OH. It must be present on last carbon atom only or first carbon atom. So I fixed that position C double bond O with here or here. Anything same only, na? Because if you write here, ma, from here we will start numbering. Then it is also first position only. If you write here, from here only we have to start numbering. Is it correct? So I started this one. First step, we got straight chain carbons. That is okay. Second step, we got C double bond O presence. But that C double bond O is aldehyde or ketone, we don't know. Now, by using this step 4, we concluded that step 1 is molecular formula. Step 2, straight chain carbons. Step 3, presence of C double bond O. Step 4, we confirm that C double bond O as aldehyde. How? Glucose undergoes oxidation to form gluconic acid. Glucose contains how many carbon atoms? 6 carbon atoms. Gluconic acid is also with same number of carbon atoms, that is 6 carbon atoms only. Without changing carbon atoms, how it is possible? That is aldehyde group only. So I fixed the position of aldehyde, means definitely it should be end only. If you write any middle C double bond O, that one will become ketone. That's why I didn't write previously. Now I confirm the C double bond O with terminal position. Terminal means last position. That is C double bond O. Okay, ma? Till now we got the structure. This is step 4. Is it clear? Okay, next we will go for step 5. Before going to step 5, what is the structure of gluconic acid? COOH, CHOH 5 times, 4 times, ma? CH2OH. This is the structure of gluconic acid. Then what about glucose? Actually, we don't know the glucose structure. That's why only till now I didn't write. We are going to obtain there. Correct, ma? Now, simply for understanding purpose, I am writing here. CHO, CHOH 4 times, CH2OH. See, CH2OH, CH2OH, CHOH 4 times, CHOH means CHOH continuation, ma. Okay, here CHO is there. This is aldehyde. It is carboxylic acid. First position aldehyde became carboxylic acid by reaction with mild oxidizing agent Br2 plus H2O. Okay, this is about step 4. I think you are clear with structures also. Actually, we should not write here because we are going to obtain the structure only. If you write like this, we know already what about the OH groups, all these things. Okay, but for understanding, for keeping in mind easily, I wrote this one. Okay, ma? Next, step 5. Glucose reacts with acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride CH3 C double bond O O C double bond O CH3. So many times we have written the anhydride formula also, particularly acetic anhydride formula. This is the acetic anhydride formula. Glucose reacts with acetic anhydride. We got pentaestate. We got pentaestate. Once again, this is step 5, ma. Okay, glucose reacts with acetic anhydride. We got pentaestate. Now, pentaestate structure CHO, CH, OC double bond O, CH3, CH, OC double bond O, CH3, 4 times CH2, OC double bond O, CH3. First thing, I am not going to write the structure of glucose. Without that I will explain. After that, once I will write with the structure of glucose and how it will react with acetic anhydride. That one also I will explain. Before that, first, what is the reaction happening here? This is pentaestate. Pentaestate contains 5 ester groups. R, O, C double bond O, CH3. R, O, C, O, R. It is a general formula of ester, correct? How many ester groups are there? 4 plus 1, 5. 5 ester groups are there. That's why I wrote pentaestate. Pentaestate. Acetic anhydride, derivative of acid. Acetic anhydride, derivative of acid. Here, glucose contains OH group. Glucose contains OH group. Alcohol reacts with derivative of acid or acid. Alcohol reacts with acid or derivatives of acid. We will get ester. Alcohol reacts with acid or derivatives of acid. Acid means directly CH3COOH, or derivatives of acid, those are acetyl chloride, that means acid chloride and acetic anhydride. These are all derivatives of acids. They will react with alcohol to produce ester. That process is called esterification. Is it correct, ma? That process is called esterification. Here this is only happening here. Now glucose OH is there, reacts with derivative of acid. We got how many acetate groups? 5 acetate groups. What is the meaning of that one? This derivative of acid, that is acetic anhydride, 5 moles should react. Then only we will get pentaestate. To react 5 moles, definitely glucose contains how many OH groups? 5 OH groups. Definitely glucose must contain 5 OH groups. Is it correct? Then these 5 OH groups react with 5 moles of derivative of acid, that is acetic anhydride. We will get pentaestate. That how it will undergo, that one also I will show. But before that, how we are approaching towards the structure of glucose, I am explaining. I will write what about the structure now. Is it okay, ma? Now, glucose reacts with acetic anhydride. Definitely glucose must contain 5 OH groups. Then only it is possible to get pentaestate like this. Okay, now 5 OH groups react with 5 acetic anhydride molecules. Then we will get pentaestate. Sir, how can we know structure of pentaestate? Pentaestate, definitely some color will be there. Already pentaestate structure is known. Okay, ma? By using that color compound, already the structure was derived. Okay, then scientists already they know about the structure of pentaestate. By seeing that, they understood if pentaestate is formed, acetic anhydride reacts with alcohol. Definitely how many alcoholic groups are present in glucose? 5 alcohol groups are present in glucose. That is okay. These 5 alcohol groups, what is the possibility? Those 5 alcohol groups can be present on different carbon atoms, or 2 alcohol groups present on same carbon atom, 2 alcohol groups present on same carbon atom. Like that also chances are there. But in previous classes we know, if 2 alcohol groups are present on same carbon atom, that molecule is not stable. If 2 alcohol groups are present on same carbon atom, that molecule is not stable. But glucose is stable. Is it correct? We are able to see the glucose molecule. That means glucose is stable. If glucose is stable, in glucose how many OH groups are present? 5 OH groups are present. Those 5 OH groups must not be present on same carbon atoms. They must be present on different carbon atoms. That is the conclusion we can make. If two OH groups present on same carbon atom, that molecule is not stable. Water will be lost. It will not be maintaining same molecular formula. But glucose is stable. But we got conclusion that by using step 5, that is 5 OH groups are present on glucose. Is it correct, ma? Then how can we estimate? All the 5 OH groups must be present on different carbon atoms. Okay, then only the molecule is stable. Otherwise, if any 2 OH groups are present on same carbon atom, the molecule is not stable. But glucose is stable. That's why I am able to write on every carbon atom one OH group. On every carbon atom, one OH group. First, CHO, aldehyde group is confirmed. Next, remaining 5 carbons are there. Remaining 5 carbon atoms, 5 OH groups. Now, 6, C6 over. Hydrogens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. H6 over. H6 actually molecular formula C6H12O6 na hydrogen 6 are completed, oxygens 6, but remaining how many hydrogens must be satisfied? 6 hydrogens. Then see 1, these 6 are completed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it is confirmed with C6H12O6. Like this we are going to obtain. But one more reaction is there, step 6. That step 6 is simple conversion only. That one also we will see. So by using all these steps, we are going to conclude the structure of glucose. That one okay. But before that, I hope you understood this one. How this reaction is happening, now I will show. Step 5, how this reaction is happening, I will show. Conclusion you understood already. Different carbon atoms contain different OH groups. No 2 OH groups must be present on same carbon atom. If 2 OH groups are present on same carbon atom, the molecule is not at all stable. But glucose is stable. Is it correct, man? That's why this is the thing. I can conclude the structure. Okay. Now I am going to write that how this reaction is going to be happened. Okay, let us see. CHO aldehyde, CHOH, like this we are estimating the structure now. Okay, now observe carefully. This hydrogen present and CH3COO minus. This is CH3COO minus and H plus. Ma? This is O minus. This is H plus. This is O minus. This is C plus. Okay. The CH3COO minus and H plus will be formed as CH3COOH. Acetic acid is removed. This O minus will attack this C plus to be formed as O C double bond O CH3. O C double bond O CH3. Like that, how many molecules we have? 5 molecules, 5 OH groups. So now the structure of pentaestate, that is CHO bonds with C, O, H, next C, H, O, C double bond O, CH3, C, O, C double bond O, CH3, H, C, O, C double bond O, CH3, H, C, H, H, O, C double bond O, CH3. That is pentaestate. Every OH group is converted to OC double bond O CH3, like esterification reaction. Okay, ma? This is step 5. How it is undergone, now I explained. Previously I didn't explain because we don't know the structure of glucose. This one also, it is not confined. Okay, we are going to write one more step, that is step 6. That one now I am going to write that one, I will show. Okay, na? I think you understood. What about the step 5? Glucose reacts with acetic anhydride. to get pentaestate. Okay, by seeing that we have understood that glucose contains how many OH groups? 5 OH groups, and we concluded that no two OH groups must be present on same carbon atom. Then different carbons must contain different OH groups. Then we got the structure. Okay, ma. Now step 6. Glucose reacts with strong oxidizing agent that is concentrated HNO3. Concentrated HNO3 is coming under strong oxidizing agent only. Okay, we will get saccharic acid. Glucose reacts with strong oxidizing agent that is concentrated HNO3. We will get saccharic acid. Okay, not only this one, even gluconic acid reacts with oxidizing agent. Same, strong oxidizing agent only. Concentrated HNO3. We will get saccharic acid. Glucose reacts with strong oxidizing agent to form saccharic acid. Gluconic acid reacts with strong oxidizing agent to form saccharic acid. Okay, now I will write the structures. By using the structures we can confine. Okay, ma. Now let us see. CHOH 4 times, CH2OH. Concentrated HNO3, strong oxidizing agent, we will get COOH, CHOH4, COOH. This is saccharic acid. This is glucose. Even this is obtained by reaction of gluconic acid. See my all of you? Here I wrote glucose. CHO, CH2OH, remaining 4 CHOH groups. Gluconic acid, COOH, CHOH4, CH2OH. Okay, in middle, this gluconic acid reacts with concentrated HNO3 to get saccharic acid. Glucose reacts with concentrated HNO3 to get saccharic acid. Okay, saccharic acid structure, COOH, CHOH4, COOH. Okay, ma? This is saccharic acid. You are clear? Okay. Now, what is the confirmation? Means conclusion from this step 6. Actually, the CHO, simply by mild oxidizing agent itself, we got COOH. Previously, we have seen gluconic acid. Okay. Now, primary alcohol is there. In gluconic acid also, primary alcohol is there. This primary alcohol is converted to COOH. This primary alcohol is converted to COOH. To convert alcohol to aldehyde, that is okay. But here, alcohol to acid, we know already. Alcohol can be converted to directly acid by using strong oxidizing agent. Okay, that alcohol also should be primary alcohol. Secondary alcohols will not undergo oxidation easily. They will form ketone. Okay, but ketones further undergoes oxidation to form carboxylic acids with less number of carbon atoms. But here, nowhere carbon atoms number is changed. Meaning of that one, primary alcohol only it is. So, Step 6 is the confirmation of presence of primary alcohol in glucose. By using step 6, we can confirm the presence of primary alcohol in glucose. Primary alcohol means end OH. Remaining 4 are secondary alcohols. Remaining 4 are secondary alcohol. Sir, why we have used here concentrated HNO3? Concentrated HNO3 won't disturb secondary alcohol. Okay, if you use alkaline KMNO4, K2Cr2O7, they will disturb secondary alcohols also. But we want to get information that whether glucose contains primary alcohol or not. Actually, we understood already. We wrote last carbon OH, this is primary alcohol only. We want to confine that one by using one separate reaction, that only this one. Okay, that's why concentrated HNO3 won't disturb secondary alcohols. It will disturb only primary. That's why we used the reagent concentrated HNO3. Okay, by using this concentrated HNO3, the CH2OH is converted to COOH, directly alcohol to acid, even this alcohol to acid, without changing the carbon atom number. By using that, step 6 we can confine that presence of primary alcohol group in glucose. Okay, ma? These are all total 6 steps. First one easy. Step 1, molecular formula C6H12O6. Step 2, reaction of this glucose with HI. Prolonged heating of this glucose with HI, you will get NHCN. What is the conclusion? Carbon atoms must be straight chain. Third step, reaction with hydroxylamine and HCN. We will get oxime and cyanohydrin respectively. By using that, what we have confined, we have concluded that presence of C double bond O, but that is not aldehyde or ketone. We don't know. Okay, that is step 3. Step 4. Step 4 is nothing but reaction of what is that? Glucose. Reaction of glucose with mild oxidizing agent Br2 plus H2O. Okay, we got gluconic acid. Reaction of glucose with mild oxidizing agent, we got gluconic acid. Then without changing the number of carbon atoms, we got acid. Then that must be aldehyde only. So we confined with aldehyde. Next, reaction with acetic anhydride. We got pentaestrate. From that, what we have concluded, OH groups must be present on different carbon atoms. We have confined that one. Finally, step 6, reaction with strong oxidizing agent. We got saccharic acid without changing the number of carbon atoms. It is possible with presence of primary alcohol group. So we confined with aldehyde. Next, secondary alcohols and primary alcohol. In this way, we obtain the structure of glucose. This one. Okay, not only this one, we have to go through optical activity, because these are all optical active compounds. Carbohydrates are optical active compounds. Is it correct, ma? Now, depending on that optical activity, all these things, we are going to fix the structure of glucose in a particular way only. That one I am going to explain now. Till now, small basic thing we got. Okay, ma? Are you clear? Once see this reaction, all of you. So note down these steps clearly. Step 1 to step 6. This is the derivation of glucose structure. Okay. Separately, what are the things we have understood and what about the conclusions we made? By using that, how we got the structure of glucose, I wrote. Now, finally, glucose powder was taken and it is dissolved in water. Okay, we got glucose solution. Glucose powder was taken and it is dissolved in water. We got glucose solution. Through this, plain polarized light is passed. Through this plain polarized light is passed. Resultant light is there na, from the glucose solution. This is glucose solution, ma. Was sent through polarimeter. Then we got the confirmation that that light is turned towards right side. Plain polarized light means straight, turn towards right side with almost angle 50 degrees, 52 degrees like that, ma. with 52 degrees like that. The experimental result this is. Okay, by this what we have concluded, glucose is dextrorotatory. What is it? Glucose is dextrorotatory. So till this we understood glucose structure, and what about the optical activity of glucose? Optical activity of glucose is nothing but glucose will turn the plane polarized light towards right side with some particular angle 52 degrees like that. By that we can understand that is dextrorotatory. Okay, by using all these steps and by using optical activity data also, Fisher gave the structure of glucose as this is the final structure of glucose by using the data 6 steps as well as optical activity data which was given by Fisher. Okay, C double bond OH. Okay, second carbon, let us give the numbering. Please don't forget, every time must be remembered with numbering. Okay, first carbon atom. Why we have given first carbon atom? What are the functional groups we have? Aldehyde and OH. Which is primary function group according to the preferential order? Aldehyde is first, next alcohol. That's why it is polyhydroxy. Okay, if alcohol is principal function group, we will get OL. Now alcohol is secondary function group, that's why it is polyhydroxy. Okay, now see, 5 hydroxy groups are there, polyhydroxy, aldehyde. So starting with number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First carbon atom, aldehyde. On second carbon atom, OH is on right side and H is on left side. Remaining also, except carbon atom 3, remaining carbons contain OH group on right side and H on left side, OH group on right side and H on left side only. But on third carbon atom only, OH is present on left side and H is present on right side. Okay, this is the structure obtained by using optically active data. If it is followed in this structure, then only it is dextrorotatory. If it is following this structure by using X-ray diffraction techniques, they confine that structure of glucose is written like this, then only it should be written as dextrorotatory. Actually, practical result, glucose, we have taken powder. That glucose is dissolved in water. Is it okay, ma? Glucose is dissolved in water, and that glucose solution is kept in experiment. Through that we sent plane polarized light, and that resultant plane polarized light is passed through polarimeter. We got the result dextrorotatory. That is okay. The dextrorotation compound of glucose is satisfied by writing the structure in this way. So we have to write definitely third carbon atom left side OH and right side H. Remaining carbons right side OH only. If you write this structure, then only it is correct. Okay, ma? This structure was given by Fisher. I hope you are clear. Finally, this is the confirmation of structure of glucose. Okay, totally how many steps we have studied? 6 steps. Those are individually how we got the conclusions, all these things we have written. Okay, the total 6 steps we have written, and by using the 6 steps and optical active data, everything, Fisher confined the structure of glucose as like this. This is about structure of glucose. Not only completed, some more is there. Even closed in structure of glucose is also there. So much data further it is there. Till now, simply in structure of glucose only we completed 40%. Okay, we will continue the topic before that. Till now, what is the concept it is completed? I hope you understood, everyone. Is it clear, ma? Now, let us see. Name of the glucose is written as plus glucose or D glucose. What is the plus or D? Plus means rotation of light towards right side. Even small d. Small d is nothing but dextrorotatory. Rotation of light towards right side. Okay, ma. This is till now. It is okay. Now, further some data is there regarding structure of glucose. Actually, we will continue this with the representation of glucose as capital D plus glucose. Capital D plus glucose. Okay. Writing of the name of the glucose as capital D plus glucose. Here we will get two types of representation. Small d small l representation, capital D capital L representation. Okay. This small d small l representation is related to optical activity, dextro and levo. This small d small l representation, it is related to optical activity. But capital D capital, this is not related to optical activity. Okay, it is related to glyceraldehyde representation. That glyceraldehyde representation, all these things in next class we will see, ma. By today's class it is enough. Okay, till now what is the thing we have seen? 6 steps, and by using optical activity data, dextrorotatory, we got the structure of glucose as like this. And it is dextrorotatory, na? That's why we wrote plus glucose or D glucose. And next representation of glucose is capital D plus glucose. Why did we write this capital D? That information you will get in next class. Okay, that is about today's class. Okay, ma'am. Regarding concept explanation, this is okay. Now, I would like to say that once again, actually live session also I conducted. Before that, I would like to say one thing, that is organic chemistry topics are completed. 4 important organic chemistry topics. Even polymers topic is also completed. Okay, ma'am. Polymers topic and biomolecules, even at the revision time if you study also, you can remember. But now also it is okay if you prepare. But main concentration must be on 4 chapters. First 4 chapters. Named reaction separately you might have written. Okay, next, after completion of that, start with preparations. Next, chemical properties, first chapter. Next again, chemical properties preparations. Like that, how many times if you practice, that much help it is done in final exam. Please, if you want any clarification, okay, you can talk with your seniors. Not with all. Some good students are there. Good student means everyone is okay, good student only. Those who are willing to get centum like that in your seniors, like that, please talk with them in what way they followed, what are the mistakes they have done. Initially onwards they did not prepare, no. That is the mistake they have done. Please, once if you talk, you will get clarity. Okay, na? Please don't forget that one. Now onwards if you prepare, it is better for you only. How much practice if you do, that much highly it is better for you. Don't leave that in-text questions, examples, anything. Till how much extent you can go through, please try to do them. Okay, any sort of thing, any doubts, leave that one. I will take care of that one. I will clarify everything, definitely. But your duty is first you have to complete total 4 chapters revision. That's why only first I completed organic chemistry. Okay, next volume 1 later. First, before that, this biomolecules also within 5 or 6 classes I will complete. Okay, ma? That is about today's class. Please remember what are the advices I gave. Regarding organic chemistry, you have to be very careful. Okay, ma? Thank you. Thank you all.